Hey guys, Tales of Turam here. Yeah, it's recording. Part 2 of the campaign, setting with just Soup and Ruby. We have Shadowy listening in right now. So where we left off was in the middle of the room after they had opened the letter and received strange prophecies. The group had looked around and not seen their automaton friend, as Tatriel, the now automaton body of her, released this positive energy pulse into the room, which caused an explosion, which seemed to tear part of her body a bit. As the explosion rockets out, the table with the parcel gets flung as Ruby's character regains 1 health, because that's all she had missing. And pieces of furniture go flying around the room or getting broken as this sound goes off. As 10 seconds pass, the doors swing open as both witch hunters come rushing in, holding weapons. One of them holding this hook-like sword that bends backwards as he rushes in. The other one holding this large battle axe as he pulls it off his back, rushing in. The larger one holding the battle axe, by the way. As they both rush in, they look around as you're just fixing your small, we'll just say, I don't know, wherever it is on your body, as you're starting to repair yourself. The two look around. Is there no danger here?
No.
We heard a sound.
No, their body just short-circuited.
Well, we've received news, as he puts away his sword, the other one puts away his battle axe, that Valis will be here within the hour.
That's great news.
Alright. Well,
As I would then proceed to go over and pick up the parcel.
okay. You pick up the parcel. Okay.
And proceed to open it.
As you open the parcel and the other two leave the room, you rip away the package, and you see this small wooden box with a few holes in it, but not enough to see into it to an extent.
This is curious. As I would open the box.
You remove the top of the box. It seems to slide off, and as you do, you pull out a bunch of what seems to be this wrapping, this transparent wrap with strange bubbles in it.
It appears to be almost fabric in its design, but colder to the touch.
As you pull it out, you press on one of these bubbles and it pops. It's bubble wrap. As you continue to pull it out, you look down in and you see this beautiful purple sheened, wonderful crystal ball that's just set in the middle of this bubble wrap. It has this swirling, beautiful, almost wind-like pattern that seems to swirl through the ball. It has these beautiful golden holders on the side of it. And it's cracked because it got flung by an explosion.
I'm going to carefully take it out, and this is like one of the crystal balls you'd see in a fortune-telling stand.
Very likely, yes, and it is smaller, so it's on the small side, similar to it.
And in that case, I forgot what I was gonna say.
So as Invert pulls this out and puts it on the table and stares at it, are you doing anything, Soup?
I am spending 1 minute
You've already
repairing.
finished repairing yourself.
Alright, I finished repairing myself and just stand back up. I apologize for that. It is a defensive measure built into the machine.
Could you have waited to activate it at the least?
It was automatic. I am working on a workaround.
Fair enough. Though it did damage the
You do see
crystal ball, I
some of the
believe.
plates that have been, well, not because it's mental damage, sorry. You do see some of these sparks of electricity shoot out of their body and then stick back onto the plates that is making up the plates that make up their body, and seem to coat it up like almost this net around their body that's broken a bit, sparking.
Well, since you're a mage, mind checking to see if this has any magic on it? I know
I
what it's used
don't
for. It's for fortune telling.
I don't think I am considered a mage anymore. But I do still have some of the knowledge. I will take an examination of the contents as I stride over and would like to release the glass sphere from their grasp and observe it for
It's on the
myself.
table.
It is on the table.
Well, I would like.
It has this small three stands, which are at different small three legs at different points that are very not lightning bolt in shape, but very like pointed in shape, directly downwards, almost like a tripod. At the very bottom, that goes up and has these draconic like designs, almost like claws grabbing the bottom of the crystal ball.
All right. I would like to, I guess, attempt to activate it.
So, as you grab onto it, you feel the hum of heavy arcane power from it. If you were to use, I will say this, your mind immediately turns to, you could probably use this to pump a lot of arcane magic into your body. You also feel a small leak of the arcane mana pouring out of it because of the crack. Not enough to, like, damage it, but, like, not enough to make it mundane and useless, but at this point, you'd say probably within a week's time, because that's how much mana is condensed into here, the crystal ball will become unusable. You're not sure how much mana it costs to use the crystal ball, and usually the crystal ball regenerates its own mana based on the person using it because they are able to put mana into it, but you realize that this crystal ball will break if someone tries to now fill it again.
Since I have the magical crafting feat, could I ascertain whether I might be able to repair it should I be granted the right materials?
It's going to cost a lot to try and repair this thing. This thing looks like, looking at this thing, it probably could exist within top class society.
Okay, so it's very
like
clearly a high level.
It's made of high level materials and has many enchantments upon it.
So whilst I could repair it, I cannot repair it at my current knowledge level.
You could try to, but the DC is in the 50s.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah.
In that case, using trick magic item, I would like to try and activate it for myself.
So, are you activating it to try and use it, or activating it to try and draw magic power out of it? Because remember, this mana could be used to power yourself very easily, and probably have some benefits to it. Or you could just activate the item, your choice.
I'm gonna turn towards my companion. It seems that there is a choice here. I could activate the crystal ball and see what it has in store for us, or I could obtain the mana contained for myself, drawing it from the crystal.
I will specify to you, Soup, this is a divination-based item, a fortune-telling item it looks like, which you would immediately recognize, because most crystal balls are divination, but this is specifically to fortune-telling, and you have seen Ruby use fortune-telling cards before, and Vert use them, so you do know that she is similar to fortune-telling. She can do fortune-telling, so you both have options here to use this, just so you're aware.
I believe that you may be more acquainted with an object like this. It seems to be of a divining nature to tell one's future.
Yes, most are, though this one is specific to telling one's fortunes.
Would you like to activate it?
I would like to See what it has in store, as I would attempt to activate it.
So, as it's placed back on the table and you put your hands onto it, I'd like you to roll me a lore fortune telling, Ruby.
First time in a long while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I only have +8 in that. So, 27.
27. As you pour some divine mana into this, because you do have divine mana in your body, you pour some divine mana in and you begin to roll your eyes back. 27, okay. Visions start to pass through your mind for a bit as you start to gain the knowledge. The mana seems to, circulate through your body and back into this orb itself. As you look towards it, you start to mutter out these phrases. Bluffs. Draconic. Lost City. Guardian. Holy One. Priestess. Broken Chains. One of Orcish descent in the lands of sand. A fisherman. A kobold. A tarla. Wisdom of the gods. Sealed beast. As you start to mutter out these phrases, are you watching the crystal ball, Soup?
Yes, I am watching the crystal ball.
Roll me a perception check.
Alright, perception. I'm going to use, this d20 because all 3 of those have failed me mostly.
You have failed me for the last time.
And this one has failed me again.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5 on that, with a bonus of 12, making that 17.
Yeah, DC was 16. There was more information if you got higher, but you see rolling cliffs as soon as she says bluffs above a bog. You see a destroyed town looking like it's melted. You see a green fog and a winged beast landing, entering a cave. You see, as she says, kobold, an image of a kobold appears, one with reddish pink scales, in this very strange piece of golden tassels and bra. The kobold has large breasts and an ass. Out of character. You can describe the character afterwards, and I'll give you more information. They seem to be being flung across the world and landing in an ocean. You see this gigantic continent of rolling mountains and deep valleys. As they say, an orc from the lands of sands, a fisherman. You see a small fishing house and a single portrait of a young orc and his father. You're then brought to an unmarked grave with a single name upon the headstone. Give me a second to look at the name here. It would be in Threads of Fate. Yeah. Okay. Where is it? I'm looking for it, so give me just 1 second here. I believe it's up more and more and more. Where is the information I'm looking for? A single name written upon it. Burbot. As the vision of that part fades, you hear the breaking of a chain and the laughing of a creature. Here. No. I am this close. The bloodline shall end. I shall be freed. I shall kill the one. The priestess will seal me. Go. Find them. as Ruby.
Yeah.
Roll me a fortitude save from all the magic pouring into you as you get this information pouring into your brain.
Alright. That's a plus 12 for total of 22.
22. You can continue to do this if you want to get more information, if you can glean it properly, but I will say this, Soup. As the information is pouring out and you're looking at the crystal ball, you can see the crack spidering as you feel more mana pouring out. It is looking unstable at the moment.
I am continuing.
Alright.
Can I attempt to solidify their grip on it by placing my hand on top of theirs?
I'm saying that cracks are forming around the crystal ball and more mana is pouring out of it. It looks like it is going to break or explode soon. You can feel an obvious arcane heat starting to pervade the area. If you would like to try and solidify their grip on it, feel free.
I will refrain from doing such a thing then.
Alright, Ruby, go ahead and roll me another lore fortune telling, please.
That is a 21.
Visions start to pass through your minds of a meeting on a ship, a kobold, a cloaked figure of name unknown, upon the large continents that you've seen before. As you stare down at the crystal ball now, at this point, for you, Tatriel, the crystal ball is glowing this deep purple color and you cannot see into it. Ruby, as you stare at it and the glass starts to crack upon it even further, a single name, well, two names, whisper into your minds as the kobold's picture appears on screen. Clara. And a second, sorry, you hear Clara, as then shifts over to the sands of the continent you know as Durath, or you've heard is called Durath. A traveling, tall woman, cloaked in blues and whites, and a familiar face of a bounty hunter, as his name passes into your mind. Elsha Burns. Fate is ever weaving between these two. Clara shall aid in the freedom, in the capturing of a long-sealed enemy, the defeat of one Acidon, the ever-burning. At this point, the crystal ball becomes completely shattered as it explodes outwards. I need a reflex save from you, Soup, and I need a fortitude save from the Kitsune.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll that in chat since I know you aren't gonna take that crit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to assume that a 15 fails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I rolled a fucking 2.
That's another near crit, 31.
Okay. 31. As this image of a gigantic green dragon burns through your mind, you see these spores opening upon underneath its scales and acidic fog pouring out as it melts stone around it. And you see it, the creature that has contracted individuals to hunt down the kobold known as Clara. As it stares backwards towards you, it looks like we have some prying eyes. I will see you soon, wandering fox. As it blows this heavy green mist towards you, you hold your arms up, and as you awaken, you both are on the ground, having suffered damage from the explosion of the magical crystal ball.
I'm going to assume I took a crit fail in the face.
You rolled what on your dice, by the way, Sue?
I rolled a 2 on the dice.
So the DC was 20, so you didn't crit fail. But hold on, you rolled 31, so you succeeded, Ruby. So you're gonna take a quarter of this damage. So, Soup, you took 32 points of this would technically be force damage.
I would assume this is like to the body that I'm housed in, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a different health bar.
And Ruby, you suffer 8 points of force damage as this arcane energy explodes outwards and hits you both. And Ruby, you swear you see as you're starting to go, like, as your eyes are blinking, one yellow eye with a strand of blonde hair flowing in front of it, and you hear, I can't wait to see how you weave your own fate. This will be delicious. See you soon. The fortune teller, who you had once met before, stares down at you from the darkened ceiling as time seems to slow, and then picks up again as you hit the chair, the desk. Everything is sent into this arcane covered with this arcane soot. The table in front of you broken downwards. As once again, the guards rush in. Another explosion.
Crystal ball this time. It
Alright,
got damaged in the previous one.
You said 32 damage to the
Yes.
body. Okay, that is half its health.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Had you critical failed, that would have been 20d6 damage, not 10d6.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that would have done approximately 64 damage, and that would have been its entire health bar.
So, actually, technically, that's above average, funny enough, for that roll, even though I rolled like 2 1s on it. Anyway, so, as you both stand up and the witch hunters look at you, Valis has arrived. Shall we send him in?
Yes, let me just get this place presentable as I start cleaning up the rubble from the explosion.
Alright. As they both walk out.
I'm gonna start repairing my innovation again.
Alright. So, you both sit there and fix up the room. If there's any roleplay you would like between the two of you.
So, how did you make this? As I gestured towards Tatriel's body.
By pulling various pieces from incomplete.
Well, Discord crashed again. We shall return in just a moment. We just need to see. Oh, and looks like my internet crashed again. I don't know how. I'm plugged directly into the router. So yeah, you guys are missing some ample fucking roleplay here. Sorry about that. Hello? Testing? Testing?
Okay, now we
Hello?
can hear you.
Yeah, my internet just fucked off for some reason, and my Discord crashed at the same time, so I was like, come on, man.
Alright.
Continue.
He just asked me how I came across the body I made, and I just said I pulled various pieces from Madame Oyezir's office and just cobbled them together into this vague humanoid shape. I would rather it not get destroyed, though. After all, I'm not entirely sure I could fully repair it.
to this point, the guys finish tidying up the place. And entering through the door is the elven individual standing about 6 foot tall, with the sides of his head shaved, with a ponytail along the back, trench coat, and a witch hunter's outfit. Walking in, Inquisitor Valis approaches, his yellow eyes turning to a nice emerald green. As he walks in, a stern look on his face, a bit of morning stubble from not shaving. He looks to you. So, sit down, we'll talk. He looks over towards Tatriel. He goes, interesting. I was told there was an automaton here. He looks you up and down. Ah, you're Tatriel, aren't you?
That would be correct.
Don't be surprised. I keep a lookout for both the Royals as well as the Church of Celis. I know a lot of people. And I could tell that your soul is the same, so... Anyways, you may join in our conversation as well.
If it is necessary, I will do so.
If it's not, you can leave if you wish, but I must speak to Invert immediately.
In that case, that is more of a private matter. I shall be over here for the time being, as I'm just going to move to a little bit further section of the room as I excuse myself from this conversation, which is meant for them and not me.
Okay.
Assuming that the Inquisitor is the only one of the 3 in here.
Yes, he shoot the other 2 out.
Then I would let my illusion drop.
Well, I must say, this suits you much better. However, I have not come here to compliment you. Well, I guess I have a little bit. So, Inverts, congratulations on keeping the child safe this entire time. As after last night, I did some investigating, and I have discovered that you are in some deep shit. It seems this child is being hunted by multiple forces. Now,
Yes,
for what
I
reason,
did
do not
have
know.
a vision.
Apologies, continue.
I did have a vision over the course of a couple hours of rest, as well as through the crystal ball, as I gesture towards the remains of it, about that.
Well, with the forces I know of tracking this child... Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes?
Yeah.
Congratulations on staying alive this long. A lesser individual than you would have died the immediate time they rescued this child from bandits. So, tell me, what is... My information seems to have only gleaned that there are many people after this child. Do you know the reason for their wanting of this child? I would have gone and asked, oh yes, and she was the one who sent you to find this child, it would seem, but she has been missing for a few days now.
Well, it appears that in ancient evil that was sealed long ago has recently broken free of containment, and she is key to resealing it.
I'll say this. That's not what you got at all from it.
I just made a couple leaps.
Yeah, no, Clara, the kobold, is apparently the key to
my-
concealing it.
Never mind.
Yes.
Crap. She is... has some relations to the visions, though I'm not sure how much.
Well, I also know that you've gotten into a small scuffle with the heads of this strange organization that I've been looking into the last 24 hours. I will say
Yes.
this, Invert. The closer you are to this child, now that they know what you can do and what your friends can do, the closer you all are to this child, the more
The
danger.
more in danger she'll be.
Yes.
Which is why I am going to leave her to the church.
That was going to be my suggestion. It seems the kitsunes are as perceptive as I had been told. Well then, I will have men guarding her at all times, though I don't know how she can be so special. She will be stationed with the High Priestess of the Moon for now, since they were speaking last night before she was so unceremoniously stabbed through the chest. I will make sure she survives until you come back and we have more information on this strange, let's call them cult. Now, I do not mean to pry, but what is your next move? For if you spend too long here, they will find you again, and we will not be able to protect you. However, if you travel too far away, you may not be able to do anything. I believe your first step would be looking into this Clara and this ancient evil that you just spoke of.
Yes. Osha and Clara, they were in the vision from
Osha
the
and Clara, he's gonna roll
fall.
really quickly. Oh, God. Celis, guide me. That Clara, a kobold?
Yes.
A large rack?
Yes.
Oh.
A plump seat.
She's recently, I apologize, I recently proceeded over her introduction to the Celis Temple. She was going to be indoctrinated into the forces during the festival tomorrow, but I have no idea where she has gone in the last day. Oh my gosh. Why is it always her? Why is... And this Osha fellow. Human, correct?
Yes, a bounty hunter from Durath.
I've heard the stories of him speaking with the Master of Bounties and turning in a corpse of a creature to the museum where Curated Craig found. I heard they were both... I heard that Osha is currently in the temple with his wife, his supposed wife, who seems to be in a critical state after the ball last night. Though it seems the healers are very busy, I have no idea where Clara has gone. I would not recommend messing with Osha at the moment.
That is fair.
Anyways, your next step is your own. I would recommend attempting to locate Oyazir or some other mage, or finding entrance into the main Academy of Magic to access their library resources. However, if you're not a student, it does cost a hefty fine to do so. I cannot give you
Well, I
permission
could
to try.
afford it. Many trips like we are likely to need would severely wane on my coffers.
He looks over to you.
So,
He looks over to Tatriel in the corner. I believe we do.
Tatriel,
Oh, go ahead.
Tatriel is currently just fixing up the larger gashes in the mechanical body, just trying to put hit points back into it.
I don't recall what you were studying, but aren't you a student of the college, Tatriel?
I am a student there, yes.
It could be strange with your new appearance, but you could attempt to use your identity. However, if what my sources tell me are correct, your family was attacked last night, your brother went missing, and so did the Prince of Tyrellian. You may want to
Yes.
lay low for a
Ah,
while. I do not know.
yes. Yeah. The prince has kidnapped Tachiel's brother.
Are you accusing a member of the royal family of kidnapping a nobleman?
It may not
I
have been
witnessed it
him,
with my own eyes.
but there is another thing I may add to this.
Yes.
My father was killed as well, and briefly replaced by one that took his form and tricked even myself.
I had heard he had gone missing as well, but strange. I will have you know, Kitsune, you may hold a lot of political power here, but the royal family holds much more at this time. I would keep your concerns to yourself unless you have ample evidence. I meant to say ample.
Do you know if the prince was ever known to wield scythes?
The prince is not a weapon master. He does not use weapons. He is a man of elegance and charisma to the people. He is not known for his violence or anything of the sort. He does not wish to vie for the throne. He is the pinnacle of royalty. So I would recommend keeping your assumptions, if they are not correct, to yourself. I will not say that you are wrong, but I will not say that you are right. And this is the end of that conversation. Are we clear?
Yes, that is fair.
Good. Well then, is there anything else you would like to discuss before I go on my way? I have to meet with the Archmage of Durath in a few hours.
Nothing at
Perhaps,
the moment.
perhaps if it would be so generous of you, in order to acquire my entry back to the college with this new body, some disguise would perhaps be useful.
Hmm. Let me roll a society. He's gonna roll society check here to see, because he is no. It's gonna be an underworld check, lore underworld. He's gonna roll that again using a hero
Because
point.
he can.
Yeah. So he looks at it and he goes, "Your body has shifted. However, there have been rumors circulating within the underworlds after Morgan's passing of a strange fellow who's taken up a bit more of a strange fellow who's taken up a strange fascination. People have gone missing in the city and surrounding towns, and it has caused quite a stir when they pop back up as these strange porcelain puppets. We're calling him the puppeteer at the moment. They seem to act and become actual people, similar to the ones that left, but there are strange differences, and they appear after months of being missing. Recently, some of the people that have reappeared have been discovered to be these porcelain puppets, and we have not gotten any information upon this puppeteer man. If you were to find such a man, I hate to say this, but you could probably use his services to create you another body. One that is less unelegant. One that resembles your own. However, this is a conversation we never had this conversation, as he is this individual, the puppeteer, is an outlaw. One that we are looking to arrest.
In that case, this conversation truly did not occur.
However, if you do go looking for this puppeteer, and he pulls out a small, what looks like silver string. He puts it on the table. This was found in one of the recently killed puppets of his. It is the only lead we have, and all of our diviners have sealed themselves away. And the court mage is nowhere to be found, so at the moment it has no use to us. I recommend you bring it back at the end of the festival, however.
I would like to walk over to the table and pick up the string in 2 fingers and cast Detect Magic.
There is magic coming off of it. Roll an Arcana check. I will say, as you pick it up, it feels more like a bit of twine-ish string, but it seems to be made of this silverish color.
Yeah, the thing is though, as mentioned previously, I don't have a sense of touch.
Yes.
God damn it. These dice are
Arcana
cursed.
check. What'd you
I
roll?
am rolling. That's a 3 on the dice, but at least my Arcana bonus is a plus 14, so that's a 17.
So that would be technically 20 in total. You get the glimmer of what type of magic would controlling dolls be? Not technically no.
Transmutation.
You get transmutation, conjuration, and necromancy off of it. Very thin bits of it, but it's so interwoven into this strange, just force of magic. It's very delicate and precise creation of magic that you've never seen before.
It seems this puppeteer perhaps has knowledge over transmuting and necromancy.
Well, yes, I figured. I asked a few of my mage friends, and that's what they said as well. I will leave this strand with you for the time being. I will need it back after the festival, which means if you are going to investigate this puppeteer, you have 2 days. The start of the new year. Return it to me at the Chapel of Celis. And he stands up and looks towards you. And if you find any information you're willing to glean about anything, he pulls out this small amulet, a small ring with a ruby in the middle of it, and he goes, "This will allow you to contact me once. It will allow you to contact me for up to an hour, but once you stop talking with me, it will break." And he flings it to the automaton.
The automaton is going to attempt to catch it
You do.
and sort of just look at it in their fingers. Perhaps it is best in their hands, as I extend the arm out to invert.
I'll carefully grab the proffered amulet.
As for the thread, the compartment in the machine's chest is going to open up as a very small claw sort of reaches out from the orb and gently grabs it, pulls it inside as the chest cavity closes.
Alright. I will say this, Soup. Actually, no, as he leaves, he goes, "And one more thing. The conversation may not have happened, but should you bring this puppeteer to the law, you will be rewarded. Mind you, I've heard from many people they are elusive, and they have proven so to me as well. If they catch wind of you, they may disappear." And he looks over to the kitsune. "Unless he's looking to find a new puppet." And he walks out. As he walks out of the room, and you all look at your new ring and thread, the new tiniest thread to aiding you in your adventures to come, that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh, that was a